no wheels, no contact with the tracks, and traveling at 500 kilometers per hour. Japan is building a train so fast, it can beat airplanes on short routes without ever leaving the ground. The Chuo Shinkansen Maglev was supposed to open in 2027, but now, the opening has been pushed to 2035 or even later. So what went wrong with the world's most advanced train project? And why is Japan still spending $80 billion to make it happen? Let's find out. The story begins in the 1960s and 1970s, when Japan was already pioneering high-speed rail with the original Shinkansen. But engineers dreamed bigger. In 1970, Japan National Railways started maglev research, building a short test track in Miyazaki. By the 1990s, they shifted to Yamanashi Prefecture, creating an 18 kilometers test line that expanded to 42.8 kilometers. Here, prototypes shattered records. The Inelex 01 hit 581 kilometers per hour in 2003, and in 2015, the L0 series reached an incredible 603 kilometers per hour, the fastest manned rail vehicle ever. Public rides at 500 kilometers per hour even happened via lottery in 2014. JR Central took over and announced the Chuo Shinkansen in 2010, a new central route through the mountains, bypassing the crowded Takeoff line. Construction started in 2014 with the Tokyo-Nagoya section, 285 kilometers, as Phase 1. How it works. So, how does a train float and fly at these speeds? The secret is superconducting maglev, SC maglev. Unlike conventional trains on wheels, this uses electrodynamic suspension, EDS. The train's bogies house superconducting magnets made of niobium titanium alloy, cooled to minus 269 degrees Celsius with liquid helium. These create incredibly strong magnetic fields with zero resistance. On the U-shaped guideway, Figure 8 coils line the walls and floor. As the train moves, the magnets induce currents in the coils, generating opposing magnetic fields that repel the train upward. Levitation starts around 150 kilometers per hour, lifting it 10 centimeters off the track. No wheels, no friction. Guidance comes from the same coils. If the train shifts, corrective forces pull it back. Propulsion? A linear synchronous motor, LSM. Alternating currents in guideway coils interact with the train's magnets to push it forward like a giant electromagnetic catapult. The result? Smooth, quiet rides with acceleration that feels like an airplane takeoff, but on rails. Energy use is higher than wheeled trains due to magnets, but far less than flying. This isn't a surface line. Over 86% is underground tunnels through the Japanese Alps. The deepest sections reach 1,400 meters below ground, making them Japan's deepest tunnels. Workers bore massive tunnels with shield machines, some starting from mountainsides. Stations are underground too. Shinagawa's maglev terminal is built beneath a 220-meter skyscraper to avoid disrupting existing lines. Nagoya Station prep began in 2016. The route avoids dense areas for speed, with gentle curves, minimum 8,000 m radius, and max 4% gradient. Nothing of this scale comes without serious obstacles, and the Chuo Shinkansen has faced some of the toughest in modern megaproject history. Let's start with the costs. The original estimate for the Tokyo-Nagoya section back in 2014 was around 5.52 trillion yen. By 2021, it had climbed to 7.04 trillion due to early geological surprises. Then, in October 2025, JR Central announced a major revision. The total now stands at 11 trillion yen, roughly $75 to $80 billion USD, an increase of about 4 trillion yen from the last figure. Why the explosion? A huge chunk, 2.3 trillion yen, comes from soaring prices since 2021 for steel, concrete, copper, aluminum, labor, and even soil disposal. Another 1.2 trillion covers geological headaches. Brittle rock masses in the Japanese Alps tunnels required slower, more expensive excavation, larger volumes of material removal, and extra ground stabilization. The remaining 400 billion went to upgraded specifications, stronger seismic reinforcements for stations and tunnels, better displacement controls at Nagoya, and enhanced mechanical/electrical systems based on real-world simulations. These aren't just numbers. They highlight the unpredictable geology of tunneling through mountain ranges with faults, variable rock strength, and even hot springs in some areas. Engineers had to adapt shield machines and add reinforcement measures to prevent collapses and ensure long-term stability. But the single biggest roadblock was political and environmental. Shizuoka Prefecture. In 2020, then-Governor Haida Kalkatsu halted construction permits over fears that tunnel boring would cause groundwater leakage into the tunnels. The concern? Water drawn into the excavations could lower the water table and reduce flow in the Oi River, a vital source for agriculture, famous Shizuoka tea plantations, fisheries, drinking water, and local ecosystems. The governor insisted on not a single drop lost, standard and full responsibility from JR Central. This standoff made the original 2027 opening impossible. Tunnel work in Shizuoka couldn't start. Negotiations dragged on for years, with expert panels and interim reports showing minimal long-term impact but insufficient guarantees during construction. Then came a turning point in 2024. Governor Kawakatsu resigned in April amid unrelated controversies. His successor, Yasutomo Suzuki, elected in May 2024 and a Maglev supporter, restarted serious talks. Preliminary work resumed, including boring surveys. Most recently, in January 2026, JR Tokai and Shizuoka signed a formal agreement. JR Central will monitor water levels rigorously, implement recharge measures if needed, and compensate fully for any proven decreases in river volume or related damages. This breakthrough has cleared the major hurdle, though full tunnel excavation in Shizuoka still awaits. Environmental concerns remain: wildlife habitats, noise during construction, and long-term ecosystem effects. But JR Central has committed to ongoing monitoring and mitigation. Safety hasn't been ignored either. In October 2021, tragedy struck. 2 construction workers died and another was injured when a retaining wall in a temporary work tunnel collapsed. A similar sediment collapse injured a worker shortly after. These incidents prompted stricter safety protocols, enhanced ground checks, and better emergency measures across the project. Funding debates continue. JR Central is largely self-funding through company bonds, profits, and loans, without heavy government subsidies for the Nagoya phase, though loans support the Osaka extension. Critics question the economics, but JR Central sees it as essential. The inland Chuo route provides a vital backup to the earthquake-prone Chuo Shinkansen along the coast, which faces risks from the Nankai Trough megaquake and tsunamis. Despite these hurdles, the project pushes forward because the payoff, safer, faster, more reliable connectivity, is seen as worth it. Tokyo to Nagoya in 40 minutes, Tokyo to Osaka in 67, slashing travel times and boosting economy by trillions over decades. It could inspire global maglev projects, proving floating trains are viable. The Chuo Shinkansen isn't just a train, it's a testament to human ingenuity overcoming mountains, politics, and physics. What do you think? Will maglev replace air travel for short distances? Drop your thoughts below, like if you're excited for this future, and subscribe for more Megaproject breakdowns. Thanks for watching.